This week's update includes a mix of good and bad news. So let's get the bad news out of the way. The ACP program has been a lifeline, offering up to $30 a month to help cover internet bills for low that we've reached the end. The ACP program closed to new applications last Thursday. The program is expected to completely run out of money in April unless Congress takes action to extend it. So they are officially in the process of winding down that program. Personally, I'm still holding out hope for a last-minute extension, but there's no guarantee that that'll happen. So what does this mean for you? If you're currently getting ACP benefits, it's time to brace for a potential hike in your bill. Make sure to stop by lowincomerelief.com/internet for more ways that you can get free and low-cost internet even after the ACP program ends. Now let's shift gears to something more positive. The Credit for Caring Act. This groundbreaking bill was recently introduced to the Senate, and it's all about giving back to the unsung heroes, working family caregivers. This bill would provide a $5,000 federal tax credit to help cover the caregiving expenses that so many of you face. To qualify, you need to be employed and spend over $2,000 a year on caregiving costs. This act is intended to offset the hefty $7,200 average out-of-pocket cost that family caregivers shoulder every year. It's just a proposal for now, but it's definitely something that we'll be watching closely because I know that family caregivers need all the help that they can get. Actually, let's be honest, we all need all the help we can get. That's why I like to review the upcoming class action settlements with you each week. I don't want you to miss out on any money that may be yours. From privacy breaches to delivery fees, there is a variety of settlements that you may be eligible for without even realizing it. For example, if you made a Chick-fil-A delivery order online from a location in California, Florida, Georgia, New Jersey, or New York, between late 2019 and mid-2021, you may be eligible for a $30 gift card. If you were a Facebook user who watched videos on any Flow Sports website between 2020 and 2023, you may be eligible for some money too. You may also be owed money if you were affected by the data breaches from AAA Collections or East Tennessee Children's Hospital as well. For an even bigger payout, our sponsor Injury Claims is looking for people who experienced severe side effects after taking diabetes drugs like Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, or Rybelsus. They're also looking for people who experienced personal injuries, including falling down, workplace accidents, car accidents, etc. As always, the application links and exact details for every single program we're going to discuss in today's video can be found on our website at lowincomerelief.com/news. Just pop over there, click on the thumbnail that matches this video, and you'll open that article that has all of the application links and links to the original reporting that I used to compile this update. Now, speaking of original reporting, I thought this was really interesting. Last year, the Associated Press discovered some significant racial disparities in the crime victims' compensation programs that are administered by many states. They said that 19 out of the 23 states that they evaluated had major problems. In some areas, including Georgia, Indiana, and South Dakota, Black crime victims were about twice as likely to be denied assistance than white victims. That is a big problem. As a result, the Department of Justice is taking action. They have proposed changes to the rules that would close these gaps and make sure that everyone has fair access to those funds. If the new rules are adopted, this will result in several significant changes, such as states will not be allowed to evaluate the victim's criminal history when making a decision anymore. States would have to clearly define and equally enforce their standards for contributory misconduct. The AP report found that Black victims were 3 times more likely to be denied due to contributory misconduct, which is just kind of a catch-all denial category that basically means that the state is accusing the victim of causing or contributing to the crime. States would also be discouraged from taking the money back when victims get money from crowdfunding platforms like GoFundMe. Now, if these rules are adopted, it won't happen right away. There is a 60-day comment period where people can submit their thoughts on this, and after that they have to review all of those comments, and that can often take months, and all of that has to wrap up before those rules can be finalized. Now, there are a lot of local programs offering financial assistance as well. Alaska lawmakers have introduced a bill to extend the senior benefits program through 2032, which is great. Kansas lawmakers are considering a child tax credit that would provide low-income families with up to $600 per child per year. The credit would phase out at higher income levels, so the lowest income families would get the highest amount of credits. Kentucky lawmakers have introduced a kinship care program that would provide financial assistance to people who are raising their relatives' children, which is very helpful. A new pilot program in New York is providing $350 a month to 500 migrant families with children. This program is intended to help them purchase food and baby supplies like diapers. The cards can only be used at certain stores, and there's a lot of restrictions on them. The city insists that this program will actually save the city money. FEMA assistance is now available in Maine and Michigan for people who were impacted by last year's storms. If you were affected, please go to disasterassistance.gov and file your claim right away. Connecticut has decided to invest $20 million with RIP medical debt. This money is expected to wipe out approximately $2 billion in medical debt for low-income residents in that state. And finally, South Dakota lawmakers are considering banning guaranteed income programs in the state. The new rules would make sure that no local government can institute a program like this there. We'll see how that goes. Now, shifting gears to something that directly impacts many families' daily lives, we've got a few EBT updates as well. Now, we know that EBT is a lifeline for many, but there are some updates that you need to be aware of. So let's start with Maryland. In a big win for fairness, Maryland has made a pivotal change. They've decided to fully refund stolen EBT benefits. This is a major reversal from their previous policy that limited how much and how often you could get those replacements. Now, moving on to Nebraska, there's a big push by lawmakers to join the summer EBT program. The governor said no this year, so some state lawmakers have introduced a proposal that would force the state to participate in the future. It's not clear if this bill will pass, but nobody spoke in opposition to it when it was reviewed, so we'll see. And then there's Tennessee. And there's a bit of a bittersweet update here. Tennessee is on board with summer EBT this year, but it looks like it's a one-and-done deal. Tennessee's governor announced that they only plan to offer summer EBT this year. They do not plan to continue the program next year, which is disappointing. So now let's move on to some freebies and good news. I told you it was a mixed bag today. I've got some updates that are sure to brighten your day and lighten your load if you live in these areas. So let's dive into that good stuff that is happening across the country. So starting off in Colorado, the city of Manitou Springs is doing something pretty cool. They're offering vouchers to help low-income residents get around easier with e-bikes. Low-income families can receive up to $700 in free e-bike rental credits. If your income is too high for that, there's moderate income families can get up to $500 in credits. Now, those vouchers are only available on a first-come, first-served basis, so be sure to reach out to the city right away to get yours. Now let's zip over to Ohio, where the state's Drive to Succeed program is offering scholarships for teenagers to cover driver's ed courses. For families meeting income limits, this is a golden opportunity to get your teen behind the wheel safely and affordably. Now, both Hawaii and Oklahoma are stepping up for women's health. There are movements underway in both states to make menstrual products available for free in public schools and universities and other public buildings. It's a huge step toward equality and ensuring everyone has access to those essential health products. In the meantime, we have a list of organizations that provide free period supplies on our website as well. Now, Utah Valley University in Utah is doing something awesome for mental health. They're offering free mental health services to the community through their community clinic. This includes individual, couple, and family counseling by advanced graduate students. It's an incredible resource for those needing support but worried about the cost. Now, last but definitely not least in our freebies section, let's talk about Washington. If you own a home in Whitman County, you may be able to get help to protect your home from wildfires. With technical and financial assistance, they're making it easier to safeguard your property, especially during the summertime. call the Palouse Conservation District for details about that. Now, I've still got loads of updates about housing, employment, education, and other assistance programs that are available nationwide, including one program that is providing up to $50,000 toward housing costs. But before I get into that, I just want to ask you a question really quick. What are your thoughts on tiny homes? A lot of affordable housing programs that I'm finding lately are for teeny tiny little homes. In some cases, we're talking about a 64 square foot living space with a bed and basically nothing else. It seems a little crazy to me, but I wanted to know your thoughts on it. So here's an example, and this isn't one of the smaller ones, but Habitat for Humanity in South Carolina is experimenting with tiny homes built inside maritime shipping containers. These 40-foot seaworthy containers are sturdy and strong. They can accommodate up to 280 square feet of living space, with a bedroom, a small kitchen, bathroom, living space, etc. The homes are expected to rent for around $300 a month. Habitat says they'll be sturdier than manufactured homes and can even withstand most hurricanes. But what do you think? Is this a good solution for low-income housing? I really look forward to reading your thoughts in the comments. For now, though, I'm going to move on with the rest of our updates. So there is a beacon of hope for homeowners behind on their mortgage payments in Georgia. The Georgia Mortgage Assistance Program is offering up to $50,000 to help with past due mortgage payments, mortgage principal, liens, HOA fees, utilities, property taxes, and other housing-related expenses. If your income has taken a hit and you meet the eligibility criteria, this could be your chance to find solid ground again. The program will end if they run out of money before their deadline, so you need to make sure that you apply right away. A lot of these homeowners assistance funds have ended as their funds have run out. So over in California, the housing conversation is more focused on renters. In Los Angeles, the city council has passed a new law that's a big win for renters who are still waiting on rental assistance funds. This law will protect tenants from eviction while their application for rent relief is still being processed. It's a targeted measure. It only affects people who are facing certain types of evictions in certain circumstances, but it's helping to keep them safe while they wait for the process. Now in Montana, Billings just welcomed the Tapestry Apartments, which is a new affordable housing option with 27 units for those earning between 40 and 60% of the area median income. If you've been looking for an affordable place to rent without breaking the bank and you're in that area, this might be a good opportunity for you. In New Mexico, there's a spotlight on landlord accountability, and this is really important. 2 landlords recently settled allegations of overcharging Section 8 tenants. This is a reminder about the protections in place for tenants and the importance of knowing your rights. If you suspect your rent is higher than it should be under Section 8, there are resources available to help you. You need to call New Mexico Legal Aid right away for help. Now let's turn our attention to some new employment and entrepreneurial opportunities. Whether you're looking to start your own business, find a new job, or gain valuable skills, there are some amazing programs rolling out that may be able to help you. In Alabama, an innovative pilot program in Birmingham is making waves by helping residents of public housing become licensed business owners. The Entrepreneurial Launchpad program offers a 4-week course that covers everything you need to know, from developing a business plan to understanding basic marketing principles. It's a partnership between the Housing Authority of Birmingham District and the Birmingham Business Resource Center, and it's aimed at fostering entrepreneurship and economic independence. If you've ever dreamed of starting your own home and you're living in public housing there, this is definitely something that may be able to help you, so be sure to contact those agencies and check it out. Now, speaking of entrepreneurship, our sponsor Skip is opening new doors for visionaries who are ready to bring their ideas to life or take their existing businesses to the next level. Skip is dedicated to helping business owners and entrepreneurs overcome financial barriers by providing access to an extensive collection of grants. Whether you're a veteran entrepreneur, a business owner, or just someone with a great idea who wants help getting started, Skip Grants has opportunities that could propel your idea forward. So they have grants that are open right now that are worth up to $15,000. You can check out all the details on that at lowincomerelief.com/skip. Now, Illinois is also offering a cool grant for people who want to start certain businesses there. These grants are specifically for grocery store startups who want to build a grocery store in an area that doesn't have a lot of access to fresh produce. The grants range from $25,000 to $2.4 million. With the goal of bringing more grocery stores to underserved areas. So that's a win-win scenario. If you're interested in that, you'll need to follow up with the state, and we do have a link to that in our article as well. The Ivy League is also making headlines with its decision to launch full tuition scholarships for low-income students. This initiative, starting this fall, aims to remove financial barriers to top-tier education. Schools like Harvard, Yale, and Stanford have announced that qualifying students who come from families with an income of 200% or less of the federal poverty level may be able to get significant help with their college expenses. For example, the Opportunity Fund at Harvard will provide free tuition for up to 3 years, which is a significant step toward leveling the educational playing field and opening doors for opportunities. In California, lawmakers are considering expanding the California Promise program as well, which could provide tuition-free bachelor's degrees for low-income students in that state. Oh, and one last update you need to know about. Please head over to the Fast Facts by Low Income Relief channel and watch our new video about how schools are calling CPS on families who can't afford school lunches. It's an important issue that everyone needs to know about. I'll drop a link below and I hope I'll see you there.